the crisis at the beginning that you see of Renton on the treadmill, that was a health crisis that John Hodge, the screenwriter, had, really. And he was told, he made a recovery and was told, yeah, you'll be fine, you've got 30 years. And the idea went through his head, well, what the fuck am I going to do for 30 years? I'm 46 and I'm fucked. And that was like a starting point. That was like a beginning point for it. And then so I knew that script, even though when it wasn't quite finished, I knew we should send it to them and that they'd do it. And weirdly, it had this wonderful thing that you don't get very often, where it balanced all the 4 characters. Because normally you get 2 characters with 2 supporting parts, and I thought if it's like that, they probably 2 of them won't come back or say, oh, it's not really worth my while. But it was all 4 of them, and they had a story and a poignancy about each of their trajectories. And it had this amazing idea in it that Spud, the most hopeless of all of them, could somehow, through finding a voice, he could find this hope, really. Which I thought, I love that idea.
You're an addict. So be addicted. Just be addicted to something else.
So it became something that started off as a box ticker, you know, and became something a bit like the medical emergency at the beginning, which gave us the reason to make the film. It became more personal about us, really, about me and John Hodge, the screenwriter, and about the actors. You know, we all kind of matrixed in our own disappointment in ourselves into it as well. So it becomes very personal like that, yeah. As well as being good fun, you hope, yeah.
Choose the ones you love. Choose your future. Choose life.
I mean, I'm kind of I've had like 5 kind of books adapted for screen now, 2 by Danny and 3 by other people, and I've always kind of tried to encourage everybody, you know, to kind of just go out there and sort of, you know, own the characters and own that world and just take it where you want to take it and take it somewhere that's going to make sense for you cinematically.
What we did is that when we got into editing, we started to experiment with drawing threads from one film to the other film. And it was the editing process. And originally, at one point, we had like 5 minutes of the original film in this film. And eventually we reduced it. It's only about a minute what you have of the original film in there. But it feels more, I think, because less is more. It feels like you've experienced it more. And they kind of talk to each other, the films, which is weird. I mean, I can't really, but they do. I mean, it's just like, it's been a very odd process by which they kind of, and then because a lot of people know the original film, you also have a conversation with the film. And we said, well, okay, we're going to call it what the characters would call it. Because if they knew they were in a sequel, what would they call it? And of course their favourite sequel would be the James Cameron movie, Terminator 2. So we're going to call it T2. Because as
some extra sales on Amazon, just people Googling it.
Absolutely. But also because the characters, as characters, because of who they are, they would want to pay respects to one of the greatest directors in the world, and at the same time piss him off. So